And goody, we're going to have thunder in the background. Hello, this is Christopher Tipper of Hunter Benefits Consulting Group, co-host of our On the Couch series, here with Christina Cannon. This is our Tuesday topic, our attempt at being serious about things ERISA. What we do here is have a conversation about the white paper that Christina has written for this month. And this is part 2 of what may end up being a never-ending saga series.
Oh, well, yeah,
about cybersecurity and the Department of Labor's semi-recently released best practices.
The ever-changing world of cybersecurity.
Yeah, this is going. While we may not be doing a video about this every month, this is going to be an ongoing. This is an ongoing thing. This is not one and done. So what we've done this month, this is part 2. Last month was what was part 1 about?
Best practices.
From whose point of view?
The plan sponsor and the participants.
Okay. All right. So now we're going to be talking a little bit more about the service providers' point of view.
Service providers and how to use the new guidance as a marketing item.
Okay, for the service providers.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start off with our normal question and answer format here, and then I have a surprise question for her at the end. We're going to see if she gets the answer right. All right.
Stress.
Yeah.
Stress.
Okay. So, why did EBSA do this? Why did they issue this kind of guidance? Don't we hear about this enough on the news all the time?
I don't think you can hear enough about cybersecurity. I mean, the effect of having a breach is so bad that the more times it's brought to your attention that you're doing the right thing, the better off you are.
It's not just large petroleum distributing companies and things like that, or food processors or things like that, right?
No, 60% of the breaches are small businesses.
Yeah, I saw that in there. That was, that's a scary number. So,
yeah.
What's so special about qualified plans that cybersecurity needs to be a focus for the plan sponsor and administrator?
Well, number one, the plan sponsor is charged by ERISA to always work in the best interest of the participants, and allowing someone to hack into your records is not actually working in their best interest.
No, I shouldn't say it's funny that you say that, but this is a new spin or a new take on fiduciary liability or fiduciary responsibility of the plan sponsor, and that is to keep the integrity of the plan whole from a cybersecurity point of view. When ERISA, 74, this was not a thing back then. It was lock up your papers.
I don't think we
right.
It was lock up your papers, make sure that if you use carbons that you destroy them.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. That's right. Oh my goodness, yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it was a whole different world in 74. So this is employee data and the need for security has just become like an octopus out into the world. And you have to really make sure you know where those tentacles are and what they're doing.
Right. Now, is the expense of cybersecurity worth it?
Considering that one breach...
This is a leading question.
One breach could wipe out your whole company.
Yeah.
And that's just financially.
Right.
Just
financially?
Your reputation is on the line at
the
same time. If you don't do anything, if you're using outdated operating systems that are no longer supported...
Are there companies that still use Windows XP?
There are.
Oh my, okay. All right.
And those companies are at risk. And you can have the best firewall in the world, but it's not going to stop as much as it could if you were up to date.
So can you give us a brief description of what a cybersecurity program would cover?
A cybersecurity program includes education for your employees.
Which I think is probably missed the most. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, it's like don't click on anything that comes in the email.
It's been more than that, but yeah.
And they need to know what they can do and what they should not do.
Right.
And then if they do what they should not do, which you know is going to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
How to,
Right.
what to do at that point in time.
Who to call.
Who
Right.
to call, what to do. Because first thing, if you click on something and it starts going, weird things start happening on your screen, you need to pull your Ethernet
Right.
cord and
or
turn off your Wi-Fi
Yep.
and call your IT people.
Right.
And if you're using VoIP for your phone system, they need a phone number on their cell that they can call the IT guy with.
Because right.
Because otherwise they're like, it's not working.
Well, and so what we're talking about here is that there's a potential for the VoIP, your telephone system, to also be compromised by a malware attack or something like that. So,
well, if you disconnect from the internet,
right? And also the point is, if you've closed your laptop, you can't call anybody.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So why should I have a risk assessment for my company? I feel pretty confident.
do you?
Well,
How do you know?
Yeah,
Ignorance.
because I had a risk assessment.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah,
You know,
well.
you don't know where your weaknesses are until somebody goes and looks for them.
Right.
Like the building in Florida. Nobody looked.
Right. Right.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't want you crashing.
No.
Okay, so a risk assessment is where your IT, you can hire your own IT guy to do this. But please don't be aware that if you're using somebody with the name Geek in the company name, and they
Or
work,
Squad.
and they work, yeah, or Squad,
Yeah.
and they work for a office supply company, maybe not the best choice to go
Right.
through. But you can find people who are certified to do this kind of work.
Well,
and they know
that's
exactly
one
what
of the
to
things
look
you were
for.
mentioning in the white paper. There's an association or professional organization that certifies independent risk assessors.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
ISACA.
Okay. So, I already have an auditor audit my company. Isn't that enough? Are we talking about a different kind of audit?
An auditor who's auditing your company is only looking at your financials.
Right. So it's a different kind of audit.
It's a way different kind of audit. It's an audit of going in and looking to see what your practices are as far as data comes. So if you use employee data, do you print that out and leave it on your desk while you go to lunch?
Right.
Or
Another benefit of being paperless, you've got
Yeah.
less paper laying around.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
do your employees know that they're supposed to log out of their computer when they go to lunch or leave the building? It's those things that they'll look for to make sure that the data that you have, that little treasure trove of information, is safe and secure,
Okay.
and there's nothing to worry about.
Now, I did read the white paper, and
Did
I
you?
am going through the questions here. So, if we were to have a breach, wouldn't admitting that we had a breach cause my clients to run to another service provider?
Depends on the breach. It's like, oh, okay, people, all of the employee data for all of our clients is now on the dark web. No, that would be a bad thing.
That would be a bad thing.
And they should leave.
Right.
But if you have a breach and it's stopped before they get to anything,
Right.
you tell people about that. That's bragging rights.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you had the systems in place to stop a catastrophe before it happened.
Right, right.
It's almost impossible in today's world to keep from being cyber attacked.
Right. There's breached, and then what do they do when they get in there?
Yeah.
Because they can get in there and still get stopped.
Yeah, if they get in, they go, okay, which door do I open?
Right.
And then you go, none of them.
Yep.
And they're gone. That's a good thing. That means you have great systems in place.
Okay. So if when we're redoing service agreements for clients, isn't putting all the specific language from the DOL in there? Doesn't that put us at a disadvantage?
To whom?
Well, we're committing to doing a whole bunch of things.
Yes, you're committing to doing something, as opposed to doing, oh yeah, we have cybersecurity, we have John over here, he watches everything every day.
So what you're saying is that the commitment for the service providers should not be considered an anchor or a ball and chain. It should be considered to be a competitive advantage.
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely a competitive advantage. And, you know, transparency is a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Because people know what to expect when you're transparent about things. When you keep things back,
They get a little concerned.
when there are indications that you're keeping things back, they get worried.
All right, so the question that's not on here for you.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Here we go.
When you are when you are a service provider and you are following the DOL's best practices and employing the different kinds of anti-cybersecurity tools, I guess, or cybersecurity tools. Should you be telling people exactly which vendors you're using for what function?
No, because
there we go.
You don't want somebody going, oh, they used that one.
Right.
Let's hack in there and see what we can learn.
We want to let our clients know, or service providers should let their clients know that they're using a well-regarded, reputable password manager as an example. But you don't say which password manager you're using.
Exactly, because you don't want anybody hacking into.
Yeah, you don't want. It's like why you don't put the ADT sign or whatever it is out in your front yard.
Oh, I thought you stole that from somebody else.
Okay. yeah. You have Comcast actually do it, but then you get the ADT sign and really confuse it. So that's an idea. All right.
Yeah.
So basically, as a little bit of a wrap up here.
Yeah.
With a little bit of planning and forethought and foresight and a little bit of money and time, service providers can substantially improve their cybersecurity position, make their clients' assets better protected, right?
And their employees' assets
and
better
their employees'
protected
assets.
because it goes beyond the plan.
Right. And consider that this is part of at least an annual maintenance program. Right?
At least.
All right. So this is the end, and then people understand why we're doing this over 3 videos. Next month, we're doing the third of our 3-part series. What are we covering next month?
Next month, we are focusing in on the plan sponsors and the DOL. The DOL is out there adding cybersecurity to their audits.
Questions to their audits, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of questions.
Yeah.
A lot of detail. Yeah, you're going to have to hire somebody just to answer
read the
questions.
questions?
Yeah. So that becomes, this is what it really means to you at home with your plan.
Okay. All right.
So,
very good. Thank you, Christina. Very helpful. I'm glad we're talking about this. It's almost 4th of July weekend. Yeah, it's right. It is.
Yeah.
We're getting up there. So thank you very much for spending some time watching this. Look forward to next month's as well. And obviously, all the normal stuff, like, share, comment, reply, forward, whatever. The website, of course, is hunterbenefits.com. And if you've got any specific questions for us, it's sales@hunterbenefits.com. Thank you very much and hope you have a good week.